I've been there ever since Brett sold out to him.
You worked for Brett then?
I worked for Brett. I started with Brett, 01, right out of high school.
That's but
And then he sold out.
I figured if I can
Run the track out with him.
that's okay.
2007.
Yeah.
Thanks when Brett sold it. Yeah, 2007.
I was running 07.
Then I want to do another one kind of back to back.
Yeah. I know the owner.
Um,
Kind of.
Wilford?
Yeah, Wilford was married Gary Edwards.
Yeah, I get a call from Gary about twice a year. Hey, come look at this. I gotta do this.
Yeah.
He's in his daughter's place there in Cabo, my Todd Ski Yard.
You run
Yeah.
So I got some rock and some dirt for him.
Yeah.
Randomly,
He
regardless.
wants to come look at those, haul that off.
Yeah.
He's quite a guy.
Yeah, quite the Gary.
Yeah.
That was, I think, his oldest daughter. It was his oldest daughter.
Yeah,
I'm
Mary
looking
Wilford.
forward to seeing
Wilford,
how
so
we
he's-
scored these.
He's retired.
Did he?
He's passing on
how
to
much
his son-in-law.
variation there is.
His family's now the whatever CEO or.
I definitely was a little more extreme probably than last time.
You ever been down to
Yeah, I feel like
Desmond Color?
There was a
or
lot of
Autumn
baller-
Color or
not
something?
Desert Color down in St. George. I've been there. I see all the updates and stuff. I've actually been there.
For
It's
Quite a
quite-
project.
It is, I've had a tour of it.
It's gonna be 80,000 people out there.
Yeah.
Oh my hell, lock the door.
Prior to coming out.
So you were involved.
Lock the door, lock the door.
Just moved out.
Hello, Zan.
How you doing, Regan?
Plus they're gonna
Not as good as you are.
public access.
Only missed one ranger coming in from.
Get your hay run. You're the only guy that didn't get your hay rained on.
You got lucky.
I don't know what
Yeah.
15 is, so.
There's a lot of black hay. I wouldn't haul it off for it.
Not a year to have our pay either.
Yeah, you're very good at it.
in between.
Yeah, it don't matter what it is. It ain't worth anything.
Yeah.
Maybe there is.
They just keep lowering the price. I don't know what the real price is anymore. Now we're down to 100. Pretty soon they'll say if you'll deliver and unload it, we got a spot for it.
Take it off your head.
More in the plan, but
I think I sit in your seat and you sit in mine. We can
I'd
switch
say
them.
you change those, is that okay?
Thanks. I didn't want to sit next to him.
Oh, I understand. Howard.
okay.
Nervous when I get that close to the guy that's, he might hit me on the head with that hammer.
Oh, yeah, let me get my hammer.
Get the hammer out. He's pretty good with that, you know, he's
Now what's the deal with
Bringing out the big one
I
today.
did.
got the big
Oh,
one.
you don't want me to bring out the paddle.
But there's M&M stash in
That's
there.
for public
Oh, yeah.
comment.
That's only for the chairman.
And-
They keep a
and
little
all the
bit
other
of
stuff's there to
M&Ms in
protect it.
Are you ready, Stephen? Okay. Welcome everyone to the August 19th COSAC meeting. And we appreciate your time and interest, of course. Did folks have a chance to look through the agenda and the minutes? Any changes or edits on any of those from staff or committee members? Anybody see anything? So then, without objection, we'll adopt the minutes from our August 5th meeting and our agenda for today's meeting. And today's meeting will focus on the first round application for the Harris property. And Stephen, should we let you give us a presentation on that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll do a quick presentation just on the scoring. We've talked several times about this property. And I sent the score, I haven't sent the scoring out to you all, but I did send it out to the Harris family just prior to the meeting. So I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it or not, but we'll go through that. And then I think the intent of today was to, if there's a consensus, to make a recommendation. So it could potentially be to the council meeting next week.
Great.
So just as a reminder, that little red arrow, that's where we're at. We're still at the beginning stages. So this is just the preliminary application that the committee has reviewed during the first round. And so a recommendation from today or when the committee feels appropriate, will then go to the county council for their review. So let's talk about scores. So the average score was 65.69, so that was out of 100. And then each bar represents the total score by each member who participated. And everybody participated except for the council, our council representative. So, and then this was the average scores for each item. I think as many of you looked at this, there was quite a lot of people had very similar answers. And so I don't think any of this will surprise you. But so obviously our lowest scoring criteria were under protect scenic vistas and preserve open lands near valley gateways, scoring a 5.67 and 3.14. And then obviously then it scored much higher in the maintains agriculture, maintains waterways, maintains wildlife habitat, allows public access, and then distinguishing factors, it scored pretty high. Distinguishing factors is everything is out of 15 except for distinguishing factors, which is out of 10. Oh, I thought I had, we did get one comment, and I thought I put that in there, but apparently I didn't. And I can pull that up here in a second.
I think it's my comment. I just identified the distinguishing factors where I factored in that there was a relationship already with the Utah Department of Ag and with the city of North Logan. So.
Yeah. Okay. And so, other than that, I don't have anything else to present.
Great.
Can you remind us what we scored? Maybe a couple of the others that we approved, because
Yeah. Let's say Elkhorn was low 70s.
that's close enough.
And then
That's it.
the Cooper was, one was in the, I think the Mount Sterling property was in the 40s, and the Wellsville property, I think mid-50s, but I can pull theirs up.
That sounds about right.
And we ended at 65, is that right?
65.
Yep.
Most of it was the gateway deal.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's about the only hole in the whole deal is the gateway.
Kind of tucked away and,
Well, so much-
where it's high, it's really high.
Yeah,
In
so
ag and,
Cooper Wellsville was 54.6, and their Mount Sterling property, what? Sorry, that's the one I sent to council.
We may have considered that separately.
Yeah, I'll say I sent that one to council, so it's a little bit different.
That's good enough. That helps.
Yeah, the Mount Sterling was 43.4.
I guess I have a question. Have you done any more visiting with Richmond City, where they're at, or they approved access? Are they on board that this would be a good thing for their property, or? You had a
I
chance?
haven't yet, you,
Landis, did we hear back from their rep?
I haven't heard back from Justin yet. I can follow up.
Okay, I just wondered.
What's Justin?
He's the clerk.
He's their,
Oh,
I don't know what his official title is. He's like their city administrator.
yeah. Justin Lewis. Okay.
remind me there, what were we looking for from Richmond?
Well, I just don't make them aware that we're looking at this, and you gotta get across their property. I think, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you actually want them
Oh, for the trail?
to be engaged, right?
Yeah, for the trail
Yeah,
and
yeah.
for access to really go into the trail. you
Yeah,
know.
okay,
Yeah, Richmond's gotta be part of this,
yeah.
you know.
They own the ground there by the highway.
This property itself is on county land, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
so this property is within unincorporated county. The Richmond piece is also within unincorporated county. They have they do some of their ponds along the highway there just south of this property, but their piece right next to the Cub Rivers, I don't know if they're leasing out for farmland. It's vacant, other than maybe some alfalfa or something on it. But they do have a master plan trail on that
We
piece.
work that ground On the years that we can get on it, year, when it doesn't flood.
Okay.
Are you saying that this is also on Richmond's master plan, not just the county's master plan?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a double there.
That's encouraging.
You know, we scored it quite highly compared to the other properties, as I recall, when it comes to trail connectivity. But it's really potential trail connectivity until we, work that out.
Yeah.
So it is important that we kind of get some backup or support from Richmond City.
And then I think we can move forward with our decision regardless, but I do think it would be, like that easement almost needs to be in place prior to the other, because at least as far as if I've got this right, based on what Gabe kind of taught us on some of the other ones, is if you're going to put a easement on something, a conservation easement on it, you want to have that in place, because otherwise that you can't go back and do that on something with the conservation. It has to be spelled out well.
Yeah.
And then, so we would want to know who is going to hold the trail easement on that property.
Yeah, so we do want to work closely with Richmond, because I think in the end, the plan is on their trail master plan. And so it's also on the counties, but the one that they recently adopted, that's, they show the trailhead right there, plus the trail along the river. And so we've reached out to them. They don't have full-time staff, and I think it's been part of the issue. I would say, I think during the second phase of review, I think we can get all those details ironed out.
Yeah. I mean, you might want to consider whether the county may even need to hold that prior to the being transferred to Richmond. Is it planned to be annexed in there? Is that why it's on their master plan, or?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I'd suggest maybe our recommendation today include a note that this is an area to be worked out.
Yeah. And
So the council is aware of it.
and the score is reflective of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Good.
It all goes up in smoke without Richmond City. How's that?
That part of it.
Well, yeah.
The trail part of it, yes, access.
And I don't know that I think we want
Maybe the ag land.
a nod from Richmond City. I don't know that we need a.
I like a nod from the city council.
Yeah. Oh, from the council.
Yeah, we don't want to assume and take it for granted.
Yeah.
True.
It's too late.
And then have a stub
Yeah.
that no one can get to.
Well, it's just the city council, the decision maker, so.
Yeah.
In a public hearing or a public meeting and whatever.
This is how connected trail systems happen, though, incrementally, piece by piece, step by step.
And the
That's
fact,
pretty
the
exciting.
fact that it's so close to a trailhead and it's so long, makes this a unique stub.
Well, each component justifies itself, you
Yeah.
know, like, it makes sense for them to implement a trailhead if there's a trail attached to it, you know, and vice versa, so.
They do have the perfect parcels of land
Yeah.
to access the property with the trailhead. That looks
Yeah.
right here and right here.
Great. Well, there's some exciting aspects, I think, to this project.
Yes.
And I'd be very interested in seeing what comes forward in phase two, you know?
I'm excited because of the acreage and the way it lays.
Yes.
Pepperidge Farm lays right next to it, all that west property. I mean, you're looking at 500-600 acres in one big chunk.
And the more space.
And the changes coming to Pepperidge Farm with the Utah flour mill coming in. Pardon me,
I can hear you.
Utah flour mill will be coming in there, so there would be changes to Pepperidge Farm in
But-
January.
Yeah, but it's the property we're looking at that joins the Harris property. I don't know how you'd ever develop that out in there.
Yeah. Yep.
So are you thinking that might,
Well, Pepperidge,
what are they, we know about the plan itself. Are they planning to do more stuff with the other land?
That's phase one for the flour mill.
And what do the additional phases
It's
entail?
gonna double in size.
Double what you see right now.
What you see right now will double when they get to phase 2.
And they're gonna put some warehousing on the other side of Cherry Creek too,
Yeah.
Pepperidge Farm.
Yep. So
Everything
40%
that's
of
up
that
there is-
mill will be supplied to Pepperidge Farm, and 60% will be to the rest of the flour mills market.
To the rest of the,
It's a corporation out of Texas.
Okay.
They'll hand panhandle milling, and so that will, their hard red market will complete from Texas all the way to Palouse. So we're right in the middle, and so they have a bigger market than just Pepperidge Farm.
It's not just for the flour mill, it's not just for Pepperidge
No,
Farm.
it is not. Only 40% of it will be.
Okay. Okay.
Have they started the phase 2?
No,
No plans or nothing like where it's going?
right now it's just phase 1. So,
did they have a horizon?
no, not yet. I talked with the corporate manager a little while ago, and I was on the phone with Craig Butters Friday with it too. So it's fairly new information.
Planning to be along the highway though, continuing northward rather
I haven't
than
seen
back
a
in?
master plan or anything like that. I'm trying to get to that next point to work with them. But I know what, so, the distribution, they don't wanna go further than 300 miles. So,
From here,
from
with,
that location.
with flour.
Yes. So grain coming in will be coming from that farm,
Okay.
so.
And outbound
That's a
would
lot
be,
of semis.
Outbound will, 40% will stay at Pepperidge for their product, and the 60 will, I don't know.
could go further than the
Yeah.
300.
Wow.
So that gives you an idea of what that landscape in that photo is gonna look like to the other side.
Well, maybe you can inquire with them next time you're talking if they're
Yes.
interested in a conservation easement on some of their
Yeah, exactly.
western properties and start building something synergistically that
We could get
can
some
accomplish a lot of great things up
Yeah,
there.
if you can get from the conference road to the other road, that really, we need to reach, somebody needs to reach out to the Scablin heirs
Yeah.
along that river. And, that'd be a fantastic trail to come along that river,
Yeah.
both roads. You access it on both ends.
Can we ask the county trail people to do that? On the trail?
Yeah, we can reach out. We've been talking about it a little bit already.
Okay.
As I do especially think if we can get this easement in, if we can tie it all the way, because we only have about 2 property owners.
That,
To 11,600.
Yeah, that's where I
Pepperidge
live.
and Scablin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I live, right across the river.
Pepperidge could contribute that as good neighbors.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pepperidge is pretty small. It's only, we looked at it last time, but it was not a lot.
Yeah, if they do that as good, a corporate
yeah.
contribution, then Scablin.
There's a lot of wildlife down in there, in that area of the river.
Well, committee members, what would you like to do? Is now the time to put a recommendation together?
I move to, that we recommend to the county council to approve this to a phase 2, or a final phase, excuse me, with the notation that the public access is important to the score and that we speak with Richmond City and coordinate with them on that part of it.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? Claire, how does that sound to you?
That sound okay?
Yeah?
Yeah. See how the text comes out, but that's,
Yeah.
that's in line with my view.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the scoring is so high in certain categories that it offsets, in my mind, the low score. That might reflect on the county share of the funding. Hopefully, there'll be substantial funding coming from other funds
Yeah,
that have
right.
more of an agricultural interest.
Yep. And we've got North Logan that's helping out the landowner out as well.
Right.
I'd be glad to go and meet with Richmond City if I
So I was
can.
gonna say, who needs to follow up with that?
Yeah, I'd get a hold of I'd get a hold of Justin and get on the agenda.
I think maybe we can do us, Trails, so me, you, and trails in Richmond. I think we can schedule a sit down and talk about it. I think that would probably be our best step. And you have to forgive me, what's the guy from the state's name? Jeremy, yeah. He indicated that they would also feel like it could strengthen the application, and so I will reach out to him and see if he'd want to participate in that type of meeting to see what terms or conditions would be helpful.
Can we put,
You'll get that set up?
can we put, that noting that public access is important to the high score of the project?
To the scoring of the.
Or the scoring of the project, yeah.
Oh,
I would say on the need for coordination with Richmond City regarding access.
Yeah, good.
I mean, it'd be great if they're championing this actually, as opposed to hearing about it from us.
Yeah, that's true.
Should we say recommend to approve the project for phase 2 application to the county council?
I think we're calling it final application on the.
Okay, final application. For,
phase 1.
Or approval of phase 1, I don't know, however you want to.
Can we see what we said last time?
Might be too.
So they don't think that there's some difference that was
Yeah.
intended. Like trying to read between the lines there, there's.
I think this is how we had it before, but.
County council voted on phase 1. They voted on phase 1.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to phase 2. Okay. Or the final approval, I guess, what I'm saying.
Yeah, so we have recommended the county council approve the Cooper Wellsville open space application to move to the second application phase. We can repeat that language if you like.
Move to the second phase, yeah.
When's the meeting next week?
Yep, meeting would be on Tuesday next week.
Do you know time?
Meeting starts at 5, but I'll send it to the county council clerk, and then they just put it on the agenda as they see fit. So I'm not sure if it'll be right at 5 or 5:30 or 6 or.
Is it right there?
Yep.
Next Tuesday, you said?
Yep.
Next Thursday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
A week from today, a week from tomorrow. Okay.
Yep, yes, sir.
Okay.
Looks okay to me. What does everyone else think? We capture the access part, okay?
We could add in the form of a trail. If we want to be specific, and that keeps it from skewing the,
Public.
what that public access is.
So I added.
And we could even say, as per the master plan of, the county master plan and the Richmond city plan.
So I added platted in the form of a trail along the Cub River as per the Richmond City and Cache County Trail master plans.
It's a lot to chew, but yeah, I think it captures it.
Okay, everybody comfortable with that? We have a motion and a second for that wording. All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so that's recommendation to the council, and as noted, they'll take it up a week from tomorrow, and then you'll start putting your phase 2 application together.
Is there a, I was talking to Jim before, is there a form, or like, how does phase 2 work? Is there a form, anything we need to fill out, or what?
We don't have a form, it's just when typically, I
kinda saw I went through the emails, I saw like that.
yeah.
If the council approves it, then we come with
And we'll need phase 2 is typically when we're looking at price and any additional conditions on that easement prior to approval. And so we can work with you and the state and just kind of figure out, it sounds like the state is gonna help you with some of that.
yeah.
And part of that would be, I mean, us knowing that NRCS is involved and the state's involved,
Yeah.
we kind of piggyback off a lot of that, and we end up not asking a lot there, probably because it's not like we're trying to be, they're checking if there was chemical, if there's anything or title type things, and we'll just,
Issues,
we can piggyback off of, though, they'll have you do more work than we will.
Yeah, perfect.
Good, any other questions?
I'm good.
Great. Well, thank you,
Thank you guys.
Thanks for coming in.
and good luck. Yep. All right, what's next?
That's everything we had today. Just our next regular scheduled meeting is on the 9th.
Great.
And so that is something different because the first Monday is Labor Day. And I actually think on our last agenda, we had it wrong. We had it listed on the 2nd, but it's
Okay.
actually the 9th because of the holiday.
Great. Okay.
It's our shortest meeting ever.
I know.
Put that in the minutes.
That's good.
Yeah, and I did ask Stephen if we could look at a workshop or something to discuss if we could come up with something for the Cooper property and that type of thing, where we actually make an offer for an easement that the
Yeah.
county holds.
What's the county, what do they recommend
Right. We pursue.
as an I think the wording in the bond is very
There's your pen.
flexible.
Yeah.
I don't want you to lose your job.
Purchase of property or other,
Easement.
yes.
But in my mind, it would be, can we offer for whatever we can for an easement if they don't want to go and get a bunch of other stuff and actually accept or that we could actually put an offer to them.
Yeah, or they could tell us what they're looking for too,
Sure.
right? And
Stephen, I just have one last question because I clicked on the Richmond City parcels and the code is under Richmond Cemetery Code, which is interesting. Are they planning on building a cemetery out there by the river? I would think not. It's
Yeah.
probably too low.
Yeah, it's probably
It's
too low, too
interesting.
close to the river.
Yeah.
We typically don't. But
Is it in a cemetery
I wonder
district?
if it's just
That's-
listed as under the cemetery district.
It's under the
That's what it is.
cemetery district, and it goes out.
District Code
Across the river.
17.
The district is big out in that farmland.
Yeah.
It's quite unusual. They made a district in Richmond rather than the city run it.
That's probably
They
it.
made a what?
They made a district, a cemetery district, and it includes a lot of farmland, and that's how they,
Yeah,
set
now
it
that
up.
I'm clicking on surrounding parcels,
And
and
it's all
that
the
is
same.
the case.
Yeah.
All of those parcels are in the Richmond
so it
Cemetery.
just means they're
District.
subject to the taxing authority,
It's a
right?
taxing entity, yeah.
There's a few cities around the valley that don't have cemeteries, so there's like a cemetery district. And so like Nibley and Millville have a cemetery district.
So they done it that way rather than the city take and run it with it.
I see.
They were looking for a way to do it. And property tax is a good way, or a tax. It'd be awful hard to get it off.
Does that tax add on to the standard tax?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
Yes,
it's not in lieu of?
No, it's an
But when they
independent.
die, they go to Richmond Cemetery, right?
Well, I don't know about that part, but.
Maybe if you're within the district, you get a
researching
discount or
out, you know, I
something?
can't remember.
That's how the Nibley Millville one for the district, if you're within the district, it's a discount. If you live outside the district, it's a higher cost for the.
Well, that's probably what they got going there.
Yeah.
I was out there looking at some parcels and stuff, and I thought, a cemetery district out here in the middle of county? Come on, guys. But that's how they done it.
Okay, anything else, committee members? Okay, if not, we'll stand adjourned.